Hey babies, welcome to my channel, Donna P Howard. Recently, I've been watching a lot of YouTube, and I've noticed how people are talking about how they're struggling and complaining about getting cut in food stamps and getting cut off of Section 8 and all those different programs. And I am on some of them. But what I want you to know is in this time that you are struggling is the best time to get yourself together. I worked a lot of jobs and they were low paying jobs. I was born in the 60s. I was born in 64 and I'm 61 years old. And I worked a lot of different jobs and a lot of low paying jobs. My wages was nothing like what it is now. My wages went from like $4 and something an hour, getting up to maybe $6.50. Yeah, I had some good paying jobs paying $13, $14 an hour, but they were seasonal jobs. They were, you work for a while and then it's over. But it is what it is. I'm not mad. Anywho, I see it's a lot of people on YouTube complaining about what Trump is doing. Okay, he is doing it because he's in office right now. But if you really know politics, it doesn't matter who the president is, whether they're a Democrat, Republican, yellow, green, or blue. It doesn't matter. They already had the agenda written out long time ago. And no matter who gets in the office, Democrat or Republican, they have to pick up where the last president left off at. And yes, they get to do some of the things that they want to do too. But you have to take in consideration of this. The United States has a president. A lot of these other countries like Africa and Italy and Germany and Israeli and different places, Iran, Iraq, different places. They have world leaders. And all the world leaders, including our president, no matter who it might be, comes together and they decide what's going to happen for the countries. So when they decide what's going to happen for the countries, they come back to their countries and they start delegating different things to happen. And I watch all these YouTube videos and people are complaining about, oh, you can't buy junk food with food stamps. Oh, you can't, you don't have enough money to live where it's a healthy diet. I recently changed my diet. During this time with Trump doing whatever he doing, I don't care what he do. Whatever he do is not going to affect me. I do not care. But in the same instance, I'm not living above my means. So being that I'm not living above my means, that's why I can say I don't care. Food stamps, Medicaid, unemployment, welfare, Section 8, Belmont, which is a form of Section 8. These programs were made to be a hand up, not a handout. It's people that's been on Section 8 and food stamps for the longest. And they act like, oh, my food stamps ain't came. Oh, what am I going to do? Oh, Trump is cutting food stamps. What am I going to do? Oh, you can't buy junk with food stamps. Or that's what they're working on. You can't buy junk with food stamps. I haven't been on food stamps all my life. My parents had. They had money. But when I got out on my own, I wanted to be like the Joneses, and friends had all these different benefits and stuff. That ain't what's up. I'm gonna be honest with you. That ain't what's up. You need to get out and get a job. What type of job should you get? You should get a job in the health care field. Whether you're doing custodial work and you're cleaning, whether you're being an aide to somebody, whether you're working in the hospital in one of those different departments, no matter what the department is, or try to get into working at a grocery store, because we all need food. We might not need some of these other things that these stores sell, like Walmart and Target and stuff, but we all need food and we all need to eat. So how could you eat good no matter what your budget is? If you learn to shop the outer rim of the grocery store, that's where your fruits and vegetables are, your potatoes, fruits and vegetables, your meats. Some people eat dairy. I mean, I do use butter and cheese. I don't mess with that milk no more. Milk ain't working with me, but yogurt. Um, if you just shop on the outer rim and leave whatever's in the middle to stay in the middle, besides your spices and your flour and maybe some sugar, because depending on what you're making, you can live healthy. I've been buying organic meats lately. They settle better on my stomach than junk or the junky meat that's out here, because I don't know. For me personally, once the pandemic hit, a lot of things wasn't, it just wasn't lasting. You buy it and it was just going stale or going rotten real quick. I haven't found that with organic meat. And it's a little higher. I'm not gonna lie about it. Organic meat costs more than regular meat, but it's more filling because those animals are eating grass. They're not getting shot up with all these different pesticides and all these different things that the farmers are shooting these animals up with. And honestly, you could taste it when you cooking that meat. You can taste that stuff, and you can get addicted to it just as well as that animal can get addicted to it. I'm not gonna lie about it. But anywho, for me, I've always told y'all about the double up at the farmers markets, and now here in Buffalo, New York, you can do that at Tops. If you buying fresh fruits and fresh vegetables for anything up to $20, if you buy $20 worth of food, fruits and vegetables that are fresh, they'll give you $20 in coupons for your next visit. And that's what I've been doing, as long as you're paying for it in food stamps. So if I go to the grocery store and I buy some fruits and some vegetables, some salad mixes and some fresh vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower and bell peppers and onions and whatever I want, I can get $20 back. And that's what I've been doing lately. Now this time, I a little short. I only got $19 in coupons. But hey, I caught a good sale. I worked that sale. I did what I had to do. And plus still had stamps with it. And it came out to like maybe, I don't know, about 40 something bucks. But that's if I didn't use the sales and I didn't, I was just buying anything, my order had been $100 and some dollars. So to come down to 40 bucks, I was doing pretty good. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot of fruits lately. It's springtime, and this is the time that I like to do my fruits and go out and buy a lot of fruits and peel them and cut them down and chunk them down and put them in bags and freeze them or whatever I need to do. So during the wintertime, if I want some fruits, I'll have the fruits that I bought in the summertime and I froze them. Anywho, people complaining, oh, I can't make it off of what they giving me in the food stamps. Go to work. Go to work. Go to work. And I know it's hard to get a job out here. Go to a food pantry and get you some food. I know some people that'll say, oh, I ain't going to no food pantry. If it make a turd and it keep you healthy, go to the food pantry. Get you some food from the food pantry. They have community refrigerators where you can go get fruits and vegetables and meals that are marked and everything out of the community refrigerators. They don't ask for no ID. You don't have to prove nothing. You ain't got to tell them nothing. Just go in there, get what you want, and get out. They have food trucks where a truck will come to a neighborhood and it might be a church parking lot, a school parking lot, a senior citizens parking lot, or whatever, and they give out food. Get you some food. Because things is higher and prices is high in the stores. What I do is I'll go get some from a food truck sometimes or whatever. I like going to food truck because they always giving out a lot of fruits and vegetables. So if I go to a food truck and get some fruits and vegetables, I'll take some out. Got my sister down the hall. So I'll go ahead and tell her, come here. And I'll bust it down, whatever, half and half. If it's something she don't use and something I don't use, there's somebody else in this building that could use it. And I'll call somebody, hey, such. I got such. I'm bringing it down to you. Or come up and get it. And that works for me. Because it's about sharing. It's about caring. But it's also about sharing. And I know you say, well, why would you say go out and get a job? Because you got to learn how to make it. Because sooner or later, it ain't going to be no food stamps for you. They want able-bodied people from 18 to 54 to work. And as long as you working, you can survive. You can pay your bills and do what you got to do. So, like, let's say, for instance, you got a friend, a female friend or a male friend, or you got a boyfriend, or you got a girlfriend, or you got whatever. And you're going to work and you're working and you're paying your bills, but you're still scuffling because you still need products. Shop at the Dollar Tree and get you some products. You don't have to be a name brand snob. Not slob, snob. So you don't have to be a name brand snob. You can find products that are in comparison to the name brands that work just as well. I use them all the time. I don't care. I'll use some generic and some brand names. And I stretch my budget as far as I can. Because I need stuff to survive on. And do a barter system. That's what I do. Me and all my friends, that's what we do. If I get something from wherever, food pantry, food truck, wherever, walking down the street, whatever, and I get multiples of it, I always take some and I share some with other people. And when they get it, they always do the same for me. So we can all have a variety of what we need. Things are getting hard. Like I told you before, I moved into a building. I say it's the projects. They say it's a loft. I don't care. It's about being able to afford to live and being able to do what I want to do so I'm not stuck in the house. I'm stuck in the house because I like being by myself. Or not necessarily like being by myself, but I like being around people that are trying to get ahead. If you just talking and to laugh and joke and talk shit, I'm not messing with you. But if you trying to get ahead, and no matter what your disability is, because I got a bunch of them, but I still don't let that stop me from doing what I need to do. Some years are easier depending on the weather, because I live here in Buffalo, New York, and it be cold. But I still get out and do what I gotta do. I'm gonna start getting out walking again like I used to last year. And I'm gonna try to stay motivated this time and walk all summer, all fall, up to the point, even in the cold, as long as it's not icy out. But I can't do the ice. It just doesn't work for me. But I'm gonna start going to the gym. I'm gonna start getting on top of some of these doctors. I need doctors like I have doctors, but I do need some more doctors. I don't really have a lot of respect for the medical field. So, that makes my struggle a little harder. A lot of people believe in medical, medical, medical. I could care less what you say about medical. When you go to the doctors, they tell you this, they tell you that, they want to put you on this medication. If you got one medication that you take, you good. Because you just got that one thing. You take that one medication and it'll work for whatever your illness is. And whatever the side effect is, you just got that one medication. I got 7. And I'm not happy about it. But it's way better than it used to be because I had 30 at one time. I don't want to be on all that medication. If you're going to give me some medication, give me something that work with my pain. But all the other different medications just to have it known, that don't work for me. But my truest goal, like I told you before, is eating holistic and getting my medication through the foods that I eat. Because many years ago, my grandmother's age, because my parents were elder. So many years ago, my grandparents, I'm quite sure they didn't have the technologies that are around and here now for me. And they had to get it the best way they can. And I'm trying to get it the best way I can. I'm just tired of all these medications. Compounding all these different medications makes me drag all the time, and I don't feel like doing none. I don't want to be bothered, and just all kinds of stuff. So I'm trying to do it a different way. But I'm going to tell you like this. While I was working these low income jobs, it's one thing I learned that has carried me along the way so I could always live like this. I told you I ain't with that living up and living down and up and down, up and down. I want to live like this no matter what my income is. And that's what I've been doing. But when I was working these jobs, I had to pay rent. I had to take care of my child. I had to take care of the bills for the house I was staying in. And then I still had to have some money for me, whether it was buying me a bus card to get back and forth to work or whatever I wanted. And for a while, I had a couple inheritances. So I was able to buy what I wanted, how I wanted to, brand name all the time. But when I started working and them jobs was paying a little bit, I started buying a lot of dollar store products. And at that time, dollar store products all were $1. And I would find the different products and I'd balance them out and weigh them out and compare them against the name brand products. And I found a lot of good products that were great for me. And I continued to use, I continued to use those products. And I still use them to this day. If I could use them when I was working, I could use them now I'm on disability. It's all about keeping me healthy, keeping me healthy, happy, and functional. It's about keeping my home clean and enjoying my surroundings. I put a lot of money into being comfortable at home. So this is where I'm going to be a lot of times, at home. Whether I have income or whether I have some money or not, I spend a lot of time at home. So being that I spend a lot of time at home, I want to be comfortable at home. And I shop at the stores you shop at: City Trends, Rainbow Shop, Burlington. I don't really shop at high expensive stores. I will once in a while, but as long as it's on clearance. But we all need to learn to take this time to find products that are going to work for us, that don't cost that much, and stretch them out, make them last as long as possible. And as long as they're lasting as long as possible, they're going to work for you and me. And I just, I pray for the people that's out here working. I'm so glad I don't have to work no more. I don't know what to do. All I got to do is take care of myself, and I'm all right with that. Elderly and all I have to do is take care of myself. I've been taking care of myself since I was 48 years old on disability. And I don't want for nothing. But I also do other things. I do a lot of things where I can have non-taxable income. So non-taxable income is like having no income. But I hope y'all learn to coupon. I hope y'all learn to shop. Like I said, there's a lot of people complaining about these food stamps, but let me tell you some of the things that people have done. And I do it too, but I don't do it the way they do. A lot of people take their snaps and go to the grocery store, especially if they got a bunch of kids in the house, and they have 3-4 shopping carts, and maybe one shopping cart is full of juices and chips and cookies and candy and garbage. Just straight up garbage. And people that are working, and even including me when I was working, you could look at a person's shopping cart, see all that stuff they have, and you can't even afford it, and you working, and they're not. It makes you mad. So I can understand why they are chopping you off or chopping you down. They chopped me down when I was on it too. Well, they did, but they didn't. When I was on welfare, they said you got 5 years to get off the welfare and get you a job, or all we gonna do is pay your rent and your lights and gas, and you won't have no money. That's all it took. I got up off my ass and went and got a job. Because when I first got on the welfare, I wanted to work, and they was like, no. Stay home with your baby. Take care of your baby. Okay, that's cool. At least he could talk and tell me what was going on with him. But after that, I had to go to work. I don't care what you do. Go to school. Get you a degree. Get your high school diploma at least. Because a high school diploma really isn't worth anything right nowadays anyhow. Get into a trade program, or go to a center, or go to the Department of Labor in your city. They have programs that are like I can't think of the name of it. But anyhow, they have programs that you can get into, and you can learn a trade, and they'll let you work as an apprentice on the job. Or if you have a disability, go to mental health counseling and get you some help. I've been going off and on for many years, and it does help as long as you're willing to apply it to yourself. get into a training program. Even for a person with a disability, there's something wrong with all of us, whether mentally, physically, or emotionally. There's something wrong for every last person on this earth. So it's nothing to feel ashamed by. Get what you need while you are young. Because you don't want to be old like me and be talking about, I got to go to school. Well, I can go to school for free now, but still, you don't want to be talking about, I got to go to school. Find something that you can do. You might not like what you're doing, but find something you can do. And if you have a hobby, or better yet, if you don't have a hobby, find you a hobby. Whether you want to do YouTube videos and do TikTok videos and Instagram and Facebook, and I'm about to start doing lemonade. You could do that, or you can crochet, or you can knit, or you can design clothes, or you could design baskets, or you can start your own cleaning business, or paint rooms for people, or rake grass for people, or shovel snow for people. It's all kinds of things you can learn to do, that you can find your own niche, something that you enjoy doing, and do it. And once you become good at it, you can start charging. Whether doing hair, doing nails, doing facials, doing makeup, whatever you like doing, writing reports, reading books. There's a lot of opportunities on Facebook that is a side hustle that you can get into to make you some money, or do some clinical trials like me. I do medical studies on the regular. I do them online, where all I got to do is give my opinion. I do it online through Zoom, where they have you get on your computer or your tablet or your phone, and they can see you, and it's up close and personal, even though you're not in their face in the same city. Giving your opinions and get paid, whether you get paid in cash or gift cards. Times is hard. We got to get out and do something. I'm always telling you about stuff I'm doing. I do medical studies, medical studies, medical studies. I do surveys, surveys, surveys. I work for the Board of Election a couple times a year. I do medical studies. I do as much as I can. When I buy water and pop from the store, I recycle bottles, and I do all kinds of things. If it's about a come up or some kind of financial stability, I'm with it. Because my mother told me two good things that I've always held on to in life. God bless the child that has his own. And whatever you choose to do in life that you enjoy doing, whether you like going out to eat, or you like going shopping, or you like going to concerts, or you like going to plays, or you like going to the movies, or you like smoking tree, or you like drinking alcohol, or whatever you like to do. Get your own money. You like smoking cigarettes, whatever you like to do. Get your own money so you can have, because people get tired of looking out for you on the regular. Just like I get mine, get yours. If you get yours and I got mine, then when we get together, we can session, and we're both spending, and ain't nobody feeling bad about it. But if I'm always spending and you not spending, now I'm looking at you as a user. So I don't want to be bothered with you at all. I'm really starting to not enjoy you the way you think that somebody should enjoy you. Some people like to sit around and laugh and joke and talk shit all the time. I can't stand that. I just can't, because that's time I could be working on me, doing something for me, and getting to a better place. But hey, if that's what you like, hey, that's what you like. But it's time for all of us to get on top of our game. I do a lot of couponing on this channel. So if you need to learn how to coupon, or you want to learn how to extreme coupon, if you want to do a coupon train where we get a group of 10 or 12 people and I print out some coupons and cut them out, and I get some coupons from the paper and cut them out, and you do the same, and we'll start a envelope off with a list of the people that want to be on the coupon train, and put 50 coupons in the envelope and put the list in the envelope, and I mail it to you. I put the I put the 50 coupons in there and I mail them to you. And then when you get them, you take them out and get the coupons you want that you can use, and coupons you have at home that you don't use, take them and put them in the envelope, and whoever third person is, write their name on the envelope and send it to them with the list, and it'll come back full circle. And then I'll have some coupons from other places in the world, because we'll all have coupons. And that's what time of day it is, couponing. If you have a Costco's, a Sam's Club, or a BJ's, get you a membership somewhere and buy your stuff in bulk. You wouldn't believe it. Here it is. I live by myself. I have nobody living with me. And I'm cool with that. And I go to BJ's on the regular and I buy stuff up on the regular. I gotta go there and buy my Clorox. I do that every other month now because take a lot of bleach to keep these floors mopped here. Because they so dusty, I have to mop them twice. So, and I use bleach for other things. I mix it with my dish liquid, so everything I scrub with the dish liquid, I know it's being sanitized, even the floors, because I use my dish liquid mixed with Clorox and some hot water to do my floors too. But I buy food in bulk, and I buy freezer bags, and I break my food down and put them in the freezer bags. I'll buy me a roast that's maybe this thick or so, and then I cut across. So if I buy a roast that's maybe this thick or whatever, and a nice size roast, I'll take my knife and my cutting shears, and I'll take the knife and poke it into the meat and start it off. And then I take my cooking shears and I cut it around. That roast might wind up being 3 or 4 roasts instead of one roast. So that one roast, that might have been $25, $30. I cut it down and make it 3 roasts for the same amount. So now I'm really only spending $8 for my meal as far as the meat, and then put some vegetables with it. And I still got 2 more roasts for later on. I do a lot of different things to save. That's where I'm at. I want to save. I want to save, because we don't know what this world is coming to. We don't know how much we're going to need money, and I stretches. A lot of stuff that I buy iced tea by the case, and then I take it and I get me a water bottle, and I'll pour that iced tea in the water bottle halfway, and I'll leave the other half in the iced tea bottle, and then I'll add water to both those bottles. Still iced tea. It's just not as sweet, and it lasts a whole bunch longer. Then I get the vitamin waters. I get waters, I get a lot of stuff, sparkling water, all kinds of stuff. I'm a person who likes a lot of variety. And then I buy pop. And even with Trump saying that you can't buy no junk food, if pop come on sale, to buy 2, get 4 free around the holidays like it always do, I'm going to be buying some pop. That's what I do. I didn't buy none for Memorial Day because I did 2 orders around Easter. So I'll probably buy 4th of July, I'll probably need to stock up again. And if I have to use money to buy it, then so be it. I'll just use the money to buy it. I'm not going to be without something because we can't buy junk food with our stamps anymore. If I wanted, I'm going to just pay cash for it. I ain't been on stamps all my life, so I had to pay cash for many years when I was working. So why not now? But tell me about some things you want to learn how to do. We need to start teaching each other. I'm going to start watching a lot of these YouTube videos where people are cooking. Of course, I know how to cook, but I want to learn how to cook all kinds of stuff. Learn how to cook some of the meals that's at the restaurants and stuff. Then I don't have to spend money to go out nowhere. I can make it at home. Learning how to cook from scratch. I could do boxes and bags a lot. I can cook some things from scratch, but I can afford to learn to cook some more things from scratch. And then I'm trying to learn how to cook different vegetables where I would really like to taste of it, because I don't care for vegetables. Certain ones, but not all ones. So I got to learn how to start eating some more vegetables. And tell me what you need from me. If you need me to teach you how to do some things, let me know. This is why I started a review channel, so we can review some products and find some products that are incomparable to these name brand products and be able to stretch your budget a little bit more. But it's going to get worse before it gets better. I've always heard that you live through one depression in your lifetime. I know I always say I'm living in depression. I know I'm not living in depression, but I have to keep my mindset that I am living in a depression so I can keep my mindset on how I'm going to get money and how I'm going to spend money. So therefore, how I'm going to save money, because regardless of what I'm doing, whether I go hang out at the casino for a day, I go to a concert for the day, I go out to eat, if I travel, whatever I'm spending, you best believe I'm saving just as much. So I want everybody to learn the struggle is real, and how can we do some things to make it easier, especially for people who are losing jobs. If you losing a job, I feel for you. You're going to have to go out and get you another job. But I'm going to tell you the difference between you losing a job and me. When I lose a job, or I force them to fire me because I was just tired of the job, because I got to have some income either way it go, whether it be unemployment or a job, I would run downtown and apply for some food stamps and some Medicaid. And I know it's a lot of people out here who's never been on assistance of any type because they didn't came from good money, or they didn't worked and got good money and maybe forgot about what it's like to survive. Those are the people that are going to really catch it, because they don't want to go out and apply for programs or whatever. I'm going to tell you something. Them programs help you stay afloat while you're looking for another job. And when you work, you pay into the system. So if you need to get something out of the system, go apply. But they're making it rough out here. To me, it's not no rougher than it was when I was working. In a way, I think it's a little better. And only because my wages wasn't nothing like your wages. Start saving you some money. I don't care what it is. If you can't put nothing but $25 a paycheck to the side, put it to the side and don't touch it. If you can put more to the side, put it to the side. Or stop buying so much. Because no matter what these presidents do or these world leaders do, every country is suffering, especially now with these tariffs. But I do understand, don't get me wrong, I do understand But I also blame that on the world leaders too, because at one time, I don't know about nowhere else. I only know about Buffalo, New York, where I live at. At one time, Buffalo, New York was booming, and then they destroyed the city. And with New York State, for us to be a Democratic state, they act like it's a Republican state. They want to tax everything. At least if you living down south, you don't pay the taxes like you do up here. But if you can't make it in New York, you can't make it nowhere. If you can't make it in California, you can't make it nowhere. If you can't make it in a high tax state, you can't make it nowhere. And you might be living above your means. I want you to start saving. I want you to start thinking. I want you to start thinking about how can I make some money. I want you to start thinking about having multiple streams of money coming in, multiple streams of income. No matter how you do it, you need more than one stream of income. And I always compliment the men that's out here taking care of their families and they woman ain't got to work. I think that's a beautiful thing. But girl, don't just sit around the house taking care of the kids, cleaning the house, cooking. Still get out there and make you some money too. Because we just don't know what's coming and what's going to happen. And I want us all to live good. I want us all to be able to handle what's coming. So if you need any advice or you need any ways of trying to survive, let me know. If it's something that I need to look up or whatever, I will. It's June now. In July, for the senior citizens here in Buffalo, New York, you can apply for the seniors farmers market coupons, and they'll give you a set amount of coupons that you can take to the farmers market and buy fruits and vegetables. That'll be free on top of whatever benefits you get. They also have the double up at the farmers market where you can give them up to $20 in food stamps and they'll give you $40 worth of credit or however they want to say it, points or whatever. They put it on the card just like your EBT. And you can go to different vendors and buy their stuff too. And then, like I said, Tops Market here in Buffalo, they're doing it too. So we're going to the food pantries and we're going to the food trucks and we're using our food stamps wisely, buying fruits and vegetables and picking them and peeling them and whatever we got to do and freezing them. One of the things that I'm trying to work towards, I haven't gotten there yet, but I'm working towards it. I'm trying to eat more fruits and vegetables, and I'm going to use meat as a garnishment instead of me using meat as my main dish with no fruits or vegetables. That's what I'm doing. I got to change some things in my life. I got to do some exercise. I got to change some things. I got to get up and get out there. And that's what I'm going to be doing. So this is not to knock anybody or anything. This is just to make you aware. Please, please, please start picking up some ideas to live better. And if you in a shelter or living in a car or living in a storage container or whatever, it's not going to last forever. You know, sometimes we got to go through some things. God want us to see some things differently. But we going to make it through. And I've went through some of the things that other people have gone through too. So we all go through our own little struggles. So please, 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 if you had that mindset that the government owe you something, the government don't owe you nothing. Let's get out and do whatever we got to do to make this world a better place for you and me. I love you all. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you always know when I'm uploading. Share my videos with your family and friends. And leave me a comment. I love interacting with you. Until next time.